What's up, friends? That 80s dude here. And today I'm going to show off a little bit of loot, a haul from garage sailing and the local swap meet here in San Diego, California. I thought this would be fun to do a video like this. I see a lot of them here on YouTube, and I thought, hey, let me go ahead and jump in and kind of share with you some of the stuff that I hunt for. And from week to week. So this is going to be the first video that I do that's like this. And if you guys like it, please make sure you let me know in the comments below. Now, I will say, before I start showing some of these off, that I have been hunting and going to swap meets pretty much since the mid-'80s and late 80s, especially here in San Diego, because I moved out to San Diego in 1989, and there was a local swap meet, and I would go hunting for these kind of things, especially at that time was baseball cards and comic books. That's what I was really into. Nowadays, I'm looking for a wide spectrum of things, and right now, I'm going to show you some VHS tapes, some games, and things of that nature. And so we'll just sort of go from week to week and see what I find. But all those years, there were lots of misses. I mean, there's a lot more misses when I go out to hunt for relics when I can versus actually finding some great things. But recently, I've had a lot of luck. I've been able to find something every weekend if I go out. And, I've got a pretty busy schedule, but so relic hunting for me is something that's really special, and it's something that brings me joy. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, okay? Now, let's go ahead and start. So the first batch of things I want to share with you guys are all of these pre-recorded VHS tapes that I was able to find. Check this out. And something that I love about these things is just all of the handwriting and the meticulous work that goes into documenting or at least chronicling all of the different types of things that are being recorded. Now, I do want to say that I think that this batch, because I got them from the same person, were all recorded by the same individual or individuals from the same family. So, because of the handwriting, the batch of these, a lot of them are from the 90s. So, let me go ahead and share those with you. All right. Let's look at the first one. The first one is Gallagher. Take a look at this. This is a T120 6-hour tape. Well, I love the colors on this. The next one is Star Trek Insurrection and one of my favorite films from the 90s, Galaxy Quest. Check that out. You guys remember that with Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver and Tony Shalhoub? I mean, that movie is so good. This next one is Star Trek Generations and another one of my favorite films, Trading Places from the 80s. This is pretty awesome. One of the things I did with this is I went ahead and played it, and I got to check out some of the commercials on here. So be on the lookout for these commercials because I'll be posting them up on my Instagram page. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at that 80s dude. Okay? So here's one, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back Part 1 and Part 2, because you couldn't get the entire movie on a single VHS tape. But let me show you the VHS tape slip cases. Here's one by Maxell, and here's one, the T120 HQ from Target. All right, next one up, Lethal Weapon 3. Man, I love this movie so much, mainly because of Joe Pesci. I'm a big Mel Gibson and fan, but I just love Joe Pesci in this. And quick point of trivia on Lethal Weapon 3, but I believe that Joe Pesci says, okay, about 88 times in this movie alone. So if you combine how many times he says okay between Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4, I think it's like over 250 times, 267 or something like that. Another film, Titanic. I mean, if this isn't quintessential 90s, I don't know what is, but the only reason I picked this tape up was just because I picked up a lot, and this happened to be in there. The one thing I'm really excited about seeing here are, again, the commercials. So excited to see that. Here's the slipcase, TDK, Vivid, clear, crisp color, ultimate performance. Check out that cover. And here's another one, Memorex. Take a look at that cover, and this one has a couple of really excellent films. Air Force One and Absolute Power with Clint Eastwood. I mean, that's an amazing film. Air Force One is really fun too, right? And here's a classic, The Last Boy Scout, right? Bruce Willis flick. It's a little bit shoddy here on the spine label, but excited to dig into this and check out the commercials, like I said. Here's a Kodak extra high grade cover. This is probably familiar to many of you. And this is Bye Bye Birdie and The Fugitive, another one of my favorite Harrison Ford films. Man, what a great film that was. Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones. Wow. This is like an edge of your seat thriller, right? So another gem from the 90s. And last but not least, Independence Day, you guys, with Will Smith. So that's the batch of VHS tapes. These were from the swap meet. So I'm going to share with you some of the VHS tapes that I got from garage sailing, okay? But let's go ahead and jump into another gem here. A couple of gems that I got. And I got these Brain Boost Nintendo DS video games. And check this out. These games are... I don't really play the Nintendo DS all that much. I do own 2 of them. But I have been getting into portable gaming a little bit more this year, more than any other year pretty much. I feel like my schedule is sort of, even though it's hectic, I feel like I'm making a little bit more time for portable gaming on the go. So, but I just really like the Nintendo DS packaging and everything like that. But I got these, the pair of them, I think for like $2.50. I mean, if you go online and you try to get one of these games, I think they run somewhere around $10 to $15. But that's one of the things I love about garage sale hunting and swap meets is just I wouldn't normally buy these unless I really found them at a great price. And let's talk about cassette tapes. I do find these quite a bit out and about and a little bit more often nowadays. But these are the high dynamic range cassette tapes. I'll give you guys a little close up of them. But they've got the metal wheels, which I think look really, really cool. Take a look at that, the little gold metal wheels. And I just love tapes like this, and I love collecting these just because I just imagine spreading these out on like a nice display and then photographing them or shooting a video and posting that up on like my social media. But these are things that I look for when I'm out hunting as well. But do you guys own any of these? What's your favorite cassette tape brand or year? Oh, these are from '85. These are from '85. But let me know in the comments which cassette tapes you guys look out for if you hunt for them. Something else I found at the same person was selling these was I got a Sony Walkman. Check this out, portable CD player. These things are really cool. They're getting more and more expensive, I would say. I find them on auction sites and things like that. But I tested it there right in front of him. Fortunately, he had some batteries. It does have a little bit of a little bit of corrosion here on one of the battery metal pieces, but nothing I couldn't like toothbrush off. So this thing is otherwise clean and it plays really well. So this was pretty awesome. This was $5. Can't beat that. I mean, I think the lowest I've seen this version with the G protection is at around $20 on auction sites. So that was a pretty good pickup there. Are any of you buying portable CD players nowadays, or are you sticking to cassette and cassette collecting? I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments. Something else I found that I used to play back in the day, The Sims. This is the CD. And so I ended up picking that up. I think this was like 50 cents. Why not, right? Add it to the collection. And then, speaking of CDs, I found quite a few CDs in nice jewel cases. And I got Tears for Fears. And I picked up Cheap Trick. Pretty nice, right? And I got some Bon Jovi there. And then also AC/DC's Back in Black, which is one of my favorite albums. Def Leppard's Pyromania, and Def Leppard X. Pretty cool, right? How much do you guys think I picked these up for? On eBay or any other site, I think that each one of these probably go for anywhere between $10 to $15, I think, with shipping. So I got each one of these for $1 a piece. So that's one of the benefits of going out hunting still nowadays. And there was a period of time where I almost gave up because I was just so jaded going out and looking for collectibles or just things that I wanted to add to my collection, to my media collection, and things were just so expensive. And it seems like, it's a hit or miss still, obviously, but I've had a lot of luck lately in just, working a little harder, digging a little deeper at some of the places I go, asking around and finding some good deals. And for $1 a piece on these CDs, I'm going to be looking at a project where I'm trying to replace all of my cassette tapes with the CD versions because I want to archive them in a more dependable format. So, all right, let's move on. I've got some more VHS tapes I picked up at a garage sale, just sort of driving home, and I found a sale going on, and I stopped off. And check it out. I added I think this is the third in my collection. These 1990 Star Wars trilogy VHS tapes. Take a look at this. I mean, this is going to bring back some memories, right? You can't go wrong. I mean, really, for $1, a VHS, you can't go wrong with these. Take a look at that. I mean, still everything there, labels there. Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Can't go wrong with these. But I'm sure you guys have all probably had these in your collection at one point in time. Another thing I picked up is this individual happened to have a pretty large Bruce Lee VHS collection, so I went ahead and snagged them all. And this one is the Chinese Connection, and as well as the Bruce Lee's biography. But take a look at that. All in just really nice condition with the labels on them as well. And here's the CBS Fox Bruce Lee collection. This has the Fists of Fury, which was the first Bruce Lee movie I think I ever saw. Return of the Dragon and Game of Death. Game of Death with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? So there it is. I love the front covers on these too. Take a look at that. And then what they make is a dragon here on the outside labels. Something amazing every once in a while happens, and I found all of these VHS tapes, these Bruce Lee collection, the Master Collection, all sealed, all shrink wrapped still. Take a look at that. It still has the blue tape, you know, production tape here, and all factory sealed. Pretty awesome. And this one has the Fists of Fury, the Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon, and Game of Death as well. But pretty awesome. Take a look at these, the front of these. Every one of them is different Bruce Lee pose. Pretty awesome. So excited I got these. What about you guys? You guys enjoy collecting sealed VHS tapes? I know I'm a big fan. They're getting harder and harder to find, but I'm a sucker for them. If I can get them at a good deal, I always go for factory shrink wrapped VHS tapes. Speaking of which, I found a Benny Hill collection, a little set here. We've got the One Night video stand and Benny Hill's video spotlight. You guys, when I was growing up, I don't know how many of you watched Benny Hill, but I would basically sneak up into my room and wait for my parents to go to sleep, and then I would watch the Benny Hill show. And it was something my parents definitely knew that I watched, so they tried to be, they would come in and check in on me. But do you guys remember that at the end of the Benny Hill show, there's always that like little speedy running? Let's listen to it. I'm going to get some more Benny Hill tapes so that way I can actually watch them. This one I'm going to keep shrink wrapped, but just loved Benny Hill. Big fan. Last but not least, let me go ahead and share with you guys something special here. I found this Nintendo Game Boy game, and this is the WWF Superstars. Take a look at that. And, believe it or not, I got this at a screaming deal, and it is in excellent condition. And I ended up getting this for $1, you guys. Now, you go on eBay or any other auction site or resale site, you're not going to find this for any less than 15 or 20 bucks. And then most of the time, the WWF Superstars game was really, really played out and really played with well. So sometimes you're going to get damage to the label, but this is a really clean copy, and I tested it, and it works excellently. But Superstars, WWF Superstars, to get it at that price gives me hope as a collector out there, out and about, and you're going to run into this, and this gives you hope, and it makes you want to go back out and try to find some treasures. All right, you guys, that's all I have. One last thing before I let you go. While at the grocery store, I ended up stumbling upon this Gene Wilder Fruit Loops box, so I thought you guys should know about it. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, this is like the second Gene Wilder item that I've seen out and about, but this was the cereal box, and I thought you guys should know about it. I added it to my collection. Probably just going to eat the cereal and share it with my kids, and then I'm going to display this box or keep it and store it and show it to you guys in the future. What was your favorite Gene Wilder film? I always loved him when he was with Richard Pryor. Hear No Evil, See No Evil. That's one of my favorite films. And yeah, just a big fan. Obviously, Willy Wonka and Gene Wilder on a cereal box. Who knew? All right, you guys. Appreciate you watching. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. When you like this video, it just helps me get excited about making more videos, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to be back on here, and I'm going to post some more things that I find out and about. All right? And check out my other videos as well. All right? Stay rad.